Hello there everyone, this is Captain Sean, and today I'm going to give you all the history of one of comic books' more obscure characters, the robot bounty hunter Death's Head, whose life story involves an actual crossover between the Transformers, Doctor Who, and Marvel Universe franchises. And I'm being serious. So, let's jump into his story. Now, Death's Head started out as a robot bounty hunter that existed in the world of the Transformers. He had a short one-page story before his appearance in Transformers, but that was just so Marvel could claim ownership of the character instead of Hasbro. Now, Death's Head's first story appearance was in the Transformers UK comic, in a story that happened after the story arc, Target 2006, an epic time travel story that featured the characters from the end of Transformers the movie going back in time to events that happened before the movie. Death's Head's first mission he's seen on is collecting a bounty on the evil Decepticon leader Galvatron, a bounty that was made by Rodimus Prime. However, Death's Head proves to be a very ruthless and kind of insane bounty hunter upon attacking Rodimus Prime for attempting to get in his way of defeating Galvatron, which was a mission that Rodimus himself sent Death's Head on. So after that incident, Death's Head shows that he truly has no allegiance to anybody when he takes a paid job offer from the Decepticons to kill Rodimus Prime, only then to take a paid job offer to kill the Decepticons when Rodimus Prime promises to pay him more. Yeah, this robot has no morals. However, Death's Head's story becomes intertwined with the story of Unicron attempting to rebuild himself. Fortunately though, Death's Head is able to resist Unicron's mind control and helps Rodimus Prime defeat him. However, as Death's Head attempts to use Unicron's time portal to send himself and the Decepticons far away, Unicron explodes. The unstable explosion mixed with the unstable time portal winds up sending Death's Head flying through time and space, where he could crash into anything. And he winds up crashing into the TARDIS. Yep, Death's Head meets the Doctor from Doctor Who. The seventh Doctor, if you're wondering. Death's Head, upon being annoyed at the Doctor, tries to destroy him, but the Doctor takes out a device that used to belong to the Master and uses it to shrink Death's Head to human size. Then the Doctor, being brilliant as always, finds a way to send Death's Head to Earth in the 82nd century. Once on Earth, Death's Head has a few crossovers with another Marvel UK comic called Dragon's Claw, but while on Earth in the 82nd century, Death's Head winds up getting a new look and sets up a new bounty hunter service on Earth. However, Death's Head eventually gets a client that wants to see the Doctor destroyed. So using an experimental time machine given to him by his client, Death's Head winds up encountering the Doctor again. But upon realizing that Death's Head's experimental time machine is actually going to explode soon, the Doctor actually saves Death's Head from seemingly certain doom. And so after the Doctor gives Death's Head a speech about change, he leaves Death's Head on the top of a building, where the Fantastic Four live. Yep. The Doctor left Death's Head in the middle of New York in the modern-day Marvel Universe. There, Death's Head has an adventure with the Fantastic Four and even helps them save Reed and Sue Richards' son Franklin. Then after that, Death's Head has further adventures, jumping through time and space, and has encounters with Iron Man 2020, She-Hulk, The Avengers, and more. But for the most part, they're all appearances in the mainstream Marvel comics. Now, Death's Head timeline gets a little tricky after his first few appearances in the main Marvel Universe. There's a story where he gets killed and then gets upgraded into another robot called Death's Head 2, but then the original still appears in future stories, which may or may not take place before he got killed, or some appearances he had might have happened before he met the Transformers. It's all a little confusing. To keep it simple, I recommend just reading his appearances in Transformers, which can be found in the books Fallen Angel and Legacy of Unicron, and then just get the omnibus books, Death's Head Volumes 1 and 2, and just stop there. You'll feel like you've read a character's complete life story when you're done with it. But it's still a fascinating set of stories to read. Despite being an amoral comic book character, Death's Head serves as the bridge between three major franchises. And while Transformers in the Marvel Universe have had crossovers with other franchises before, this was actually the first time Doctor Who did a crossover with any kind of other franchise. In fact, aside from the LEGO video games, the only other crossover Doctor Who has had is its comic book crossover with Star Trek The Next Generation, meaning that Star Trek, Doctor Who, Transformers, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers are all connected by this one character. It's incredible. So now you all know some interesting comic book history, and if you're a Transformers, Doctor Who, and Marvel fan, I definitely recommend getting your hands on the books starring this character. It's a multi-franchise crossover story arc that you won't want to miss out on owning.